The first semi-final of the men's 400-metre hurdles, and Danny Harris must start as favourite. Ranked number 1 in the world this year, has beaten Edwin Moses. It's Ochako of Kenya in lane 1, Max Robertson of Britain in lane 2. Danny Harris draws 3. The new exciting star from Jamaica, Winthrop Graham in 4. Henry Amiki of Nigeria in 5. Harold Schmidt, the European champion, number 1 in Europe for 10 years, from West Germany in 6. David Patrick of the United States in 7. On the outside, Sven Nylander, who was 4th in the World Championship final 4 years ago. Really keep an eye open for Danny Harris here. Olympic silver medalist, ran 47.56 11 weeks ago in Madrid to beat Edwin Moses. And Harold Schmidt in lane 6 is on very good form, beat Harris this season. But in lane 6, Harold Schmidt, who's gone off very fast, as you can see, leading the field by about half a yard. Nylander going strongly on the outside. And now Harris in lane 3, beginning to catch up the field at the 200-metre mark. Harris already passed Winthrop Graham, who's at college in the United States. Nylander still strong on the outside. Now in the middle of the field, Henry Amiki of Nigeria coming through. But Harris on the inside in lane 3, starting to strike. 2 hurdles to go. Winthrop Graham hits that hurdle and sets him back. Harris is clear now. Harold Schmidt in second place in lane 6. Inside him, Henry Amiki of Nigeria. But it'll be Danny Harris all the way to the line. Quite a quick time, but the field very bunched. Only the first 4 to qualify. Schmidt was first. Harris second. Nylander third. Amiki fourth. But Harris looks very comfortable. 48.21. A good time, but behind them, everybody else in the field setting something close to personal bests. On the run-in here, in lane 3, we see Danny Harris, and Harold Schmidt on this side, I think, just catches him on the line. But in third place, on the real outside lane here in yellow, is Sven Nylander of Sweden. Henry Amiki of Nigeria was 4th. David Patrick of the United States was 5th. And Winthrop Graham 6th. Nylander and Amiki both setting national records, in fact. A record of a different kind for Edwin Moses. He's 32 years old today. And in fact, when he set the world record some years ago, he set that on his birthday as well. Perhaps he'll celebrate with a really fast time. Now, I suspect he'll save himself for the final. He has Yoshida of Japan in lane 1. Amadou Diaba of Senegal, who's running so well at the moment in 2. Tomov, Bulgaria 3. Akabusi, Britain 4. Alonso, Spain 5. Moses in 6. Niebuhr of Sweden in 7. And Vasiliev of the Soviet Union out in lane 8. And already it's Moses who's gone off so fast, running 13 strides down the back straight and chopping to make his stride pattern. Inside him, actually, Tomov is going quite well. And Akabusi just getting into his stride in lane 4. But sweeping round this top bend is always where Moses starts to show 5 or 6 metres ahead of the field. Vasiliev there coming around the top bend and in trouble, and has actually pulled a muscle in his left leg. So Vasiliev, the Russian, is out of the race and in some pain, leaving in lane 2 Amadou Diaba to challenge Moses. But Moses looks unconquerable. Chris Akabusi of Britain running splendidly. His first season ever at the event. Akabusi well inside his personal best, but the winner without a question, once again, of course, is Edwin Moses. He set the world record exactly 4 years ago today, and I'm sure tomorrow in the final he will be hoping to break 47 seconds. This track does seem so fast. His winning time, in fact, not quite as fast as the first semi-final won by Harold Schmidt. Coming around that top bend, you can see in the top corner there Vasiliev limping. Then over that hurdle, Akabusi in lane 4 was struggling. He landed badly, but when you think he's moved up from straight 400 metres to 400-metre hurdling in one season and has reached the final, he's done extremely well. But Moses is fluent and fluid. Amadou Diaba ran very well in Paris earlier this year. He's in very good form. Akabusi third, and just dipping on the line was the Spaniard Jose Alonso. But Edwin Moses, even at 32, continues to dominate this event in a way that no athlete has dominated any other event in the history of the sport. A really quite wonderful run, and I'm sure we can look for very fast things in the final tomorrow. So Edwin wins, and his time is confirmed at 48.38, Diaba 48.53. Akabusi sets a personal best of 48.64, and Jose Alonso a new Spanish national record, 49 seconds exactly.
Barbosa, the Brazilian, semi-finalist in the 83 World Championships. That's Larby of Morocco, fast finisher. Tom McKean of Great Britain, in many people's eyes, a medal prospect. This is the Yugoslav, Popovic, who's improved almost a second, or did improve in his quarter-final almost a second on his previous best run. Groudin of the Soviet Union also had a personal best yesterday. 2 laps of the track then. The first 3 definitely qualify, plus 2 to the final. And I know, John Walker, you believe that these semi-finals are going to be run very quickly indeed.
Well, they certainly will, Alan, because for a lot of these athletes, if they don't make it in the first 3 today, they're out at the final tomorrow. So a lot of them will be running basically their finals. The thing that's really impressed me about McKean in all these heats and semis is that he's run very tactically, very, very good. But today he's on the inside, which is uncharacteristic for him, because he normally sits 1 out and 1 back.
The leader is the Frenchman, Philippe Collard, in the blue vest and white shorts, although there's 3 all in a line there, really, with McKean on the curb. In between them is Barbosa, the Brazilian, and a lot of barging there as Barbosa tried to get his way out of that pack. Number 799 is Moussa Fall of Senegal. McKean on the curb at the moment as the bell is reaching 51.04, John.
Very dangerous position to be on the inside, because you only need 1 person to push you, and you can come off the rail, and that's it. It's all over for you. One of the things is, if you're running in lane in the second heat, of course, it's a much of an advantage, especially if this one doesn't go slow. 2 to final, 3 to qualify.
Only 3 will be certain to qualify, plus 2 fastest losers. 200 meters to go. It's Collard of France, Barbosa of Brazil. McKean shoves his way through again, although it wasn't entirely successful. And he is relegated again to 4th place here. He's having to fight really hard physically to get his way out of those 2 men trapping him on either side. And he's fought his way into a good position now, but it took a lot of work to get there. Barbosa of Brazil, McKean, Larby of Morocco on the inside. McKean eases his way through. The fast-finishing Kenyan Marai comes up on the outside, but McKean wins it. Barbosa 2nd, Marai 3rd, Larby 4th. 1:44.86 the time for Tom McKean. And he disappears off the track as calmly as he entered it, having done the job and qualified for the final. And that, incidentally, makes him the fastest British athlete over 2 laps this year.
Well, it was a very impressive run by Tom McKean. He was in all sorts of trouble off the bend, and he's eased down running 1:44.8, which is not so far outside his best. And, of course, as I said before, the heats and semis and the quarterfinals are all taking their toll now, and that's what it's going to be all about tomorrow.